Alright guys, welcome to episode number 2. We're back at the cabin for the third week of turkey hunting. This time I'm behind the camera and Aaron's got the bow in his hands.
Yeah, I mean it was a great hunt. Another one hit the dirt for us, and this time with the bow. So it was a pretty different weekend for us. And of course we had to run Friday, Saturday, and Sunday again. And it actually worked out Sunday morning, just as Zach's bird did the week before. So I guess we're gonna get right into the hunt, and you guys can take a look and see what happened throughout the weekend.
Alright, well, Saturday morning of the third season here in Wisconsin, and made the trek back to Zach's land here, central Wisconsin. So last weekend they threw us for a whirlwind tour, but I'm back with the bow. We're gonna try and get one out of the same spot with the bow, but I got the trusty shotgun sitting next to me in case they don't commit fully. But we already got birds gobbling behind us, probably a good 200 yards, but if they do the same thing they did last Sunday, they'll be right in our lap. So we're gonna sit tight, see what happens.
We had this bird that you've seen in the past video here. He was about 450 yards out. He actually was roosting across this road that you can't see in the video, and flew down, come across the road, and worked all the way down the hill, and ended up coming 60 yards. And we had 2 hens to our left, and he got locked up with them and decided to go the other way. So then you're gonna see here we have 2 other birds that were actually out the other way in a big cornfield, and they worked right to us. All right, so now as you see, these 2 birds work from a cornfield actually right directly at us, and I'm sure to you guys it looks almost identical footage from last weekend with Zach's bird, and I mean pretty much it is. The birds worked out the same way they did the Saturday before, and came running right to us the same exact way. Got to 70 yards, came up over the hill, and just didn't like our decoy spread, and decided to turn and walk away. They were really vocal. Every call we would hit, they would answer, but just didn't seem to work out.
Alright, well, Sunday morning here. Last morning to get it done. Well, I mean, I could Tuesday. It'd be nicer to get it done today. Just started getting birds to gobble all around us, so we're set up on the edge of a green field in the blind this morning, and it's been out here for a week, so hopefully they're more used to it than last weekend. But
Or they're flying down.
we're gonna see what happens. We got birds literally in every direction in the last 10 minutes here, so hopefully we can coax one into coming into the 2 hen decoys we got out there, because nothing else seems to work. So, got the old carbonite ready to rock and roll, so we're gonna sit tight and see what happens.
Alright, he's circling on. Take him with you. Take him, man.
We gotta go get him.
He's running.
Run after him. Run after him. Alright, well, I can't believe it just happened. We're sitting out here playing on my phone. Look up, and 100 yards out to Tom standing at the top of this hill. And I'm like, Zach, there is a bird right here. And I mean, it's late. It's almost 8 o'clock in the morning. It's late for out here, and I didn't call nothing. He worked in, got to 40, turned, and he walked off and got around us. And my rangefinder wasn't working, and I couldn't get a steady range on him. So he walked into the woods, and me and him were just frustrated, because of course this morning he tells me, just bring the shotgun just in case. I'm like, nah, we'll get her done with the bull. So I'm over here literally got my hands over my face, and I'm frustrated to say the least.
And he's like, oh, that bird's full strut. Give him a couple calls. I'm like, all right. So I give him a couple calls, and he's like, dude, he's coming. And I'm like, I can't see, the windows are closed on this side of the blind. I'm like, all right, well, let me know. He's like, dude, he's at 25 yards. I'm like, all right, well, I'm thinking he's out a lot farther. All of a sudden, boom, I see his head pop out, full strut, comes in, circles around, comes in, I shoot him at, I bet you 15 yards, and hit him right left of his beard. The old T3 did its work, but he spun around and he went back out into that field. You can tell he's hurting. I mean, he's dead, but then he took another flight and flew over to the edge of this field over here. So we're gonna give him some time, and we're gonna go see if we can find him. But what an incredible hunt. I mean, I'm still shaking. I mean, you think shooting one with a shotgun is crazy. Try bringing one with the bow. Oh my God. It's nuts, man. I'm jacked. I just gotta find this bird and be even crazier. So stick with us. We'll be back with you in a little bit. Alright, well, finally got him. We had to jump through a bunch of loops. Actually, what happened is we were hunting way down on the corner end of the property, and I shot him, and he run to the fence line and sat there for a little bit, and then he actually ran and took off flying into the neighboring property. And so we had to come back to the cabin, look up the phone numbers, and get a hold of the property owner and see if it was all right before we went in there to find this bird. We let him sit for about 2 hours, and finally got the okay from the landowner, and we walked in there. Zach and I spread out, and he was on the edge of the field, and I was in about 20 yards. Came up to a big pine thicket. I mean, real thick, and I knew he'd probably be laying in there. And sure enough, I didn't find him the way I wanted to. He got up and took off running and kind of trying to fly, but he couldn't get up, and was heading for the creek. So I told Zach, I said, let's back up and we'll sweep around and we'll try and push him back towards Zach's land. And that's just what we did, but it wasn't easier said than done, I'll tell you that. We ended up, I came up on him and ran after this bird for a good 25 yards. Came up on him, and then finally ended up getting up close enough where I could jump on him and then step on his head and get him so he could finally die. But it was a lot of jumping over logs. Actually fell down a couple times, scrapes and bruises, and so all in all, it was a hilarious time. And Zach even fell in the drink once. And we didn't, it was a good thing we didn't bring the cameras, because I don't know if we would have made it, and we would have had some broken things, I think. But fun hunt, really fun hunt, and can't thank the whole Heisel family enough for inviting me up here to hunt with them and spend the weekends up here. Zach got his bird last Sunday morning, and just so happens I got mine today, which is Sunday of the 3rd season. So I got another tag this next coming week, so we'll see if we can get it done again with the bow. If not, I'll have to bring out the shotgun. So stick with us, and we'll be back with more action. All right, well, as you've seen, we had a great and successful Sunday morning for us in the blind. Was able to put the Carbonite to work and take down a great Wisconsin gobbler. The recovery didn't go as planned, but we'll take it. So now we're gonna move into my good buddy Tanner's bird that we were able to get film of, but just we had a couple encounters with a couple different birds, all public land, which was fun. We just got lucky and hit a couple spots, and there were birds on them. But one morning we had fog, and we had the gobbler close, but things just didn't go together. And then the other morning we had a bird that just couldn't see our decoys, and it just didn't seem to come together. So all in all, a great hunt and a great time spent with a good buddy of mine. So.
Alright, well, we just got set up here. We're about 50 to 60 yards in the woods farther than where we were this morning. We had that encounter with a real nice gobbler this morning, but problem was he came up over the top and he couldn't see our decoys, because our decoys were down in the bottom in some thicker brush, which we didn't know about when we first put them out. So, and we came in here on a mission not even knowing if we'd see any birds, so it turned out pretty nice, because now we know there's and see what happens. Hopefully maybe we can get lucky and get one to come cruising through on the way back to the roost. And if not, hopefully we can see where they roost. So if we're not set up perfect, we can set up perfect. So got Tanner next to me. He's got the 12 gauge along, and we're hoping to put a 3.5 inch right in